after that, when you revisit that code, will be sometimes difficult. You know what's the problem? Is not the software. My problem is not the software that I am currently writing. It's the software that some client want me to update something or revisit code that I have write before 2 years. So you want to revisit that, and you are working with a team. Yeah, so it can be achieved, but it takes time. You need to revisit that code and to look to the documentation and so on. Composition that we have learned before is a better way, okay? Is a better approach even when you are writing your own software. So why inheritance taking place? When you are implementing a platform, let's say you implement a platform, yeah, for a lot of developers that will use it. This is not an application that you ship to one client. You want to build a software, a platform, a framework, yeah? Then yes, inheritance is the way that will target your work. So sometimes they ask me, Joseph, so what is your recommendation? This is my recommendation, and I call it even is a golden road. This is a thing that help me to be more productive in my, even though the inheritance is as simple, it's not complicated, but is make the code very complicated. Okay, so let us start with, please, I will start at the first slide, and I will copy here things that we just saw before, just as an entry point, okay? So let me, for example, copy paste this and use this to dive more. So let's say this is a class person. Let me clear and run. So let's say, okay, we have a class of type person. Automatically, it's inherit a class, which is a predefined class in Python. Now I can give it a properties, then I can use them to display. This is a class. Now I have here another class, I call it employee. Now that employee will have also a name and an ID number. So instead of coding that here, okay, so to do something like this, okay, something like this, for example. This is the issue, yeah? ID number, yeah. And then not to use the person, so okay. So I defined a newest class without any related things to employee. I can't do that. But as I here maintain two properties, I will continue to maintain them with a lot of methods that I'm going to use. So this is why class become handy, okay? Sorry. So what is the important thing to remember when we are using inheritance? Two levels when we are trying to remember inheritance. We need to remember the general template, how we use them. Then some related notes that will be related to this template. So this is the template. Here is the person, here is the init of the person and the display. Now, I defined an employee. It inherits the person. This is the base and this is the derived. We call employee inherit person. So when employee inherit person, it got all methods and properties and all the stuff there will be part of them. Okay, so the relation here is a. So per employee is a person because it inherits all the stuff that person has. Okay, now one of the direct questions that will be asked here, how can I build an object? So this is the way. And we saw that in previous session. So I am still need to use the constructor. There is no way not to use the constructor, the init method. And I give those arguments that belong to the property of that object, which are name, ID number, salary, and post. And now I uses the person class here to call its constructor and to assign those values, okay, that was in its responsibility. And the salary and the post will use them at the regular way. So if I want to remember the template, I just remember in parentheses, I need to write person, which is the class that I, okay, inherit from. Then, okay, this is the same init signature, the same, okay, but with added arguments, with other arguments. And what is important is just to remember that you call the instructor of the basic class here in the derived class. This is the base class. This is the derived class, okay? Here, and you use the newest properties. In this way, you can initialize or build any object, define any object of type person, as you can see, or, okay, can create, okay, an employee. Let's say E equal employee. And start typing, let's say name 1, let's say any, okay, ID number, and let's say what we salary, and and post, okay. Okay, and now, okay, if I wanted to print something, I still able, okay, to use that object E dot and access, let's say, okay, post. And when I run, so I suppose to get the 77. So the same thing remain flexible. Now I start saying, do not adopt these principles as you can avoid. You can ask me, Joseph, this is a very simple. Yes, but in your mind, try to avoid. If you didn't succeed with that, so it's okay. But because when you design a software, don't make the inheritance is one of the strongest issue that you are, principle that you are going to use. Don't do that. But if you want to use it, it's okay.
Quick question for you, Joseph. I think that you need to have self.person equals that. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to get to the name or the ID number. Or is this something I'm missing? On the person init, don't you have to have a self property so that you can get the name?
I call the person, which is the class.
All right, so now where you've got your print, try to do print e.name. Can you do that still?
Yeah.
Ah, all right, okay, because that's what I was surprised at that. I thought you would have actually had to go through the...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Even, believe me, it's more better to use the person, yeah? So this is a strong indication that you are using the super, yeah?
Yeah.
In other programming language like Java or C, you are using the super. So here, this is what you know what? you can go to the internet and see what is commonly used